Hey, what is the deal, YouTube? What is the deal? It is Craig Harris back with a PORCHLyte podcast. And as we all know in the PORCHLyte works, it's a little more laid back, thing from politics, a little bit of gaming, mostly movies, however. It's done so the kids should be asleep. They should have those guys tucked in by now. And I certainly hope everybody, again, things like that go out to the Houston region. It's like I said, it's a pretty ugly situation down there. And we're just going to go ahead and get into it. So today, I'm a big fan of the movie Close Encounters of the Third Kind. It came out. A quick review of the movie, a quick synopsis of the movie, and some background. This was Spielberg's third movie in the 70s. Opened 3 to 4 months after Star Wars, limited release in theaters. There's 3 versions of the movie. You've got the theatrical cut, which is, the ones, of course, that came out in the theaters. You came about a few years after that, Spielberg released the special edition. I think he released it in 1979. Maybe it was 78 or 79. It included about 20 minutes of extra footage from the movie that they had cut out. Then he came back a few years later, I want to say 85, and he did the director's cut. So with the director's cut, one of the differences in the movies is the director's cut moves a lot faster. Okay, he moves a lot faster. So, and that's what all directors' cuts. You're going to get kind of what the director envisioned for the movie, theatrical cut, the actual movie, the people that supported your movie as far as financed your movie, the studio. That's what they want in the theaters more than the director. The special edition is kind of we're doing this kind of for everybody. Everybody kind of gets it and goes. Spielberg has half of the movie. The studio has another half. They marry it together. You get a special edition. So what is this movie about? Okay. This is Spielberg's third movie. This is after he did Jaws. Spielberg had wanted to do a movie about a extraterrestrial visit to Earth that was friendly, but it wasn't your typical, they come down, they land, they say, hi, we're here. Sort of like, on E.T. or something like that. It was much, much, much more cerebral, ahead of its time. So with that said, here's my review of it. And I'll have some images and things like that. So that's what this PORCHLyte is. I don't want people to get the wrong idea. There will have some images up on the screen. And one of the first things I am going to do is I am going to turn on my air conditioning. So give me a few seconds here, guys. There's that. And there's that. All right. Okay. Now I'll be able to deal with this. All right. So here we go. All right. So here are the characters in the movie. It's not a ton of characters in this movie. Basically, you have the U.S. government. Okay. You have a cable worker, because we all have cable. So this is happening in Indiana. He lives, I believe, in Gary, Indiana. So shout out to Gary, Indiana. But so what is happening? This guy, he has this is a cable guy. He's a cable repairman, and this guy, he's played by Richard Dreyfuss. Richard Dreyfuss is the same guy that played in Jaws. And so his job in this movie, he literally is just a cable guy. That's all he does. And so with that said, here we go with the review. But again, it's not a whole lot in the movie. So movie opens up in Mexico. Movie opens in Mexico. Very dusty storm. You can't really see anything. Couple trucks come out. United Nations trucks come out. They go up to the to some guy. I mean, he's trash, some Mexican guy. He's drunk. They ask him what happened, and he said something to the effect of, "The sun came out last night and it sang to me." And so, you know, about 10 seconds later, some guy comes running back and says they're all there, all of them. So they all go running out, and they found a missing fighter squadron out of World War II. I think it was Flight 19. It disappeared off of radar. Now, they probably crashed, but the lore is they got lost in the Bermuda Triangle. Their instruments went crazy. So the movie was adding that into the lore. Oh, that missing flight, maybe they were abducted. They just don't know. But the planes just turn up out of the blue in the desert. That's the beginning. The movie starts out with a giant mystery. Where the hell did these planes come from? And again, these are World War II P-51s. Okay, these are the old P-51s that were used in the Pacific Theater during World War II. So anyway, the whole flight pops up. No people. The engines on the plane still started. Still had the correct amount of fuel, all this kind of stuff, flight directions, things like that. They take the map out. You do realize that the flight went through the Bermuda Triangle. So, all right, so that's pretty much your opening scene of Close Encounters of the Third Kind. So you start out with a giant mystery. You lead that to our friends up in Gary, Indiana. It's a guy, Richard Dreyfuss was a guy named Roy. And he has a family. His wife is played by Terry Garr, who at the time is only like 21 years old. So it's just this fun. You know, they've got they've got a couple of kids. They're kids. They're spoiled brats. You know, they're kids. But so anyway, you know, Roy is at home and all the power goes out in his house. So once his power goes out in his house, him being a cable guy, he gets called out to do a cable repair. So he's out, you know, he gets lost and he's trying to find directions, you know, he's lost. He's on the side of the road. Of course, this is the time this is the 70s, guys. There's no GPS. He doesn't have a cell phone. So he's lost. Pitch black darkness, things like that. First car comes up behind him, honks at him. You know, tells him to get the hell out of the road, calls him an idiot. He's in the middle of the road. And again, he's trying to find a certain cable line to fix. So behest to him, he stops. He goes forward. It's a little bit foggy now. Same guy, same truck. He's driving along, and he comes upon a railroad crossing. We're going to pull this image up. This is out of the movie. And so I'm going to share this screen with you. Let me try to get a bigger picture of that if it'll let me. So let me go ahead and pull this up. Now, again, remember, he is station. Oh, that's not what I wanted there. And, of course, this is screwing up. Okay, so we'll just use this. So let me go ahead and try to grab this for you guys so you can kind of see. So he is in his truck and he gets hit. He gets hit by a beam of light. It is this scene right here. This is one of the famous scenes. I'm sure you guys have seen this if you at all. And this is not sharing or not. Yeah, this is a spoiler alert. I told you guys I was going to be reviewing this. Okay, so hopefully this cleans itself up here. This image does. But this is a famous image out of Hollywood, okay? This is the infamous truck being hit by a beam of light, okay? Comes out of nowhere. He doesn't even look up at it. It is such a bright light. And so his truck's not working right. Radio pops off. It starts to try to start itself. Nothing is working. Is this an old movie? Yeah, this is 1977. It came out 40 years ago this month. Playing back in the theaters. I strongly suggest everybody go watch this movie. Tomorrow's Labor Day. If you're off work, you got $7 to $10 to throw away. Go ahead and go see this movie. You won't be disappointed. It's extremely cerebral, though, and it's a special edition. So it's about 2 hours and 20 minutes long. But it is worth it, guys. Just trust me. You will be very entertained by it. Just don't laugh at their clothes because this is in the 70s. So anyway, but this is one of the most important encounters of the film. The film is called Close Encounters of the Third Kind because basically when you're dealing in UFOlogy, there's three types, well, there's four now, but there used to be three types of encounters. What you're seeing is a first encounter. So he sights something that he has never seen before. So your first encounter is a sighting. The second encounter is physical evidence. Something physical happens, okay? The third evidence is contact, and the fourth is an abduction. They just added the fourth kind about, I want to say about 20, maybe 15 years ago. It's not very old. So moving along, his truck gets hit by this beam of light. I mean, it is, and of course, this movie is, like I see you guys say this is an old movie, yes, but they went back at the studio. They reshot this movie. They gave it that special treatment. They redid this in true 4K. Okay, 4096p with digital Dolby sound. It is extreme. It's one of the cleanest pictures I've ever seen. Piercing light. It's got it does the whole HDR thing, Dolby Vision for you at the theater. So I highly recommend this. You can't imagine how this looked at the actual movie theater with the light piercing the darkness. You all know how HDR separates darks from lights. This is an impressive scene. So, but again, nevertheless, we'll move on. Because what happens to Roy is because he had an encounter, his life really starts to change. Okay? So anyway, he has this experience and he ends up chasing after the light. Okay, the light's still coming down, things like that. So anyway, he gets his truck started again. I won't spoil that whole scene, but he gets his truck started again. He goes off. Of course, he has a CB. And for all you cats that are so young who don't know what a CB is, go ask your mom and dad. You may have to ask your granddads. I don't know what your ages are, but the CB radio is all lit up about all type of lights in the sky. And, he's close to where they are. So he takes off in his truck to go try to find the lights in the sky. Of course, you can imagine start turning out here. So now let me stop sharing that screen picture. So let me try to go back. So at the same time, there's a farm. There's a woman, I can't remember her name, but she's a farmer. She's a widow farmer. She has a little boy named Barry. And Barry is very curious, and he sees the same lights in the sky, but he's a little kid. So Barry, he takes off out of the house after the lights in the sky. That's like we're all kids. He's chasing a light in the sky. He refers to it as ice cream. To him, it looks like a giant ice cream cone. So needless to say, Barry takes off running through a field chasing the light. Okay. Because Barry's chasing the light, Barry's the little kid. Remember, Roy is the guy driving the truck. Barry chases a light all the way across to he can't see it anymore, but he ends up in the middle of the road. So, all right, so needless to say, Roy is driving around following the same type of lights. They have a pretty crazy incident where Barry damn near gets killed by Roy in his truck because Roy is driving, looking up at the sky. He's not really looking at the road, but he doesn't hit the kid. So needless to say, this next scene here is another very powerful scene. We're going to wait for this to clean itself up here. As you can see, you'll see Barry in the middle of the road. Let's see here when this changes here. So you'll see the road here. All right, so here's the road. Let me go back to that screen there. Okay, so here's the road, of course. And of course, what is this flying over them? He was following. To him, it looks like a giant ice cream cone. Of course, that's not what this is. So, but something is happening to everybody. Oh man, I'm trying to explain. Metaphysically, they're all receiving some type of images in their head because they're coming into CB radios are AIDS nowadays. Okay, yeah. So there's this bright light in the middle of the road. Okay, and so he's going ahead And anyway, needless to say, they're getting an image in their head of something. They don't know what it is. It's because what's happened is they've received an image subliminally of a certain place that they need to be at a certain time. Now, at this point, we're about 40, 50 minutes into this movie. So we're Trey, we're reviewing Close Encounters of the Third Kind. I'm just showing screenshots. You got to remember this was done in 1977. Yeah, the CB radios. Yeah, he had big ass antennas on the car. You're right about that. So yeah, we're moving along. Let's move it along here. So needless to say, Roy and this young lady here, they become real good friends. Needless to say, there's a car chase, things like that. Roy's chasing them. The police are chasing them. They go through a toll booth. That's how old this movie is. Y'all get a laugh if you go see this. You'll see a toll booth because that's what you would do. Certain states, to increase revenue, had tolls. Ohio, Pennsylvania, states like that, they had tolls. So we'll stop. Do we stop sharing? Yeah, we'll stop sharing for now. So excuse me. So needless to say, Roy and this young lady, they just become friends. Roy still has a wife and he has the kids at home, and the kids are terrible. So then we switch to an actual authentic scene that happened in where they married, a scene where, and it's a very powerful scene too. It's air traffic control scene. Again, you guys have probably seen this scene and you just didn't know what the movie was. Needless to say, they take recorded footage counter of the second kind, and this UFO buzzes these planes. It even shows up on the radar as unknown traffic. So it was, it was a good scene. Again, you got to go check it out. You didn't going on. They asked them, did they want to report something? They told them no. It is what it is. They called it an anomaly, but it was unknown traffic. Thing was moving anywhere from 17 to 21,000, based on the way it broke and it turned. It had tremendous braking speed on radar. You saw it. So anyway, moving along, the young boy Barry that you saw on the middle of the road going to move into a closing of the fourth kind in this movie, which wasn't even dubbed at the time. So we'll move into that because something very eerie happens to Barry. Very, very tough scene to watch. Needless to say, Barry has another type of visitation. Switch to that screen right now. It starts out, this is one of the most powerful scenes in the movie too, because of the way that our visitors can manipulate weather. Aircraft to manipulate weather to disguise their ships. Go ahead and share this screen here. Here we go, and bam, and bam, and bam. And so hopefully you all will get this scene. You will see this is one of the eerie scenes in this movie. Again, bright lights coming out of the sky. Oh, will it ever pop up here so you guys can see it? So, okay, yeah, bright light sky. Again, this image will clear itself up here for you, I hope. And bringing a mine on. Okay, what's it look like for you guys? That's mine. Okay. Another scary scene in the movie. I don't know if you all can see the atmospheric manipulation, but they can hide their craft in the atmosphere. Again, this is Indiana, totally flat, terrified. Okay, this woman here is terrified. Remember, she's got a young kid in the house. They come out of the sky. These two dots right here, those are two of their craft coming out of the sky. Very, very eerie moment in the film. Also, an extremely authentic moment. I won't go into what happened. I'll give you a better image of what you will see in this movie. So I'm sharing this new screenshot right now. Hopefully this will pull up here. Come on, pull. And but this is another, yes, this is another famous screenshot. I'm sure I like the gamer couch. Yeah, I had a good time on the couch today. It was fun. Hopefully everybody that watched it enjoyed it. But you can see here, of course, this is a close encounter almost of the fourth kind because they're not there for tea and crumpets, okay? They're there for us to see here. He's obviously in the doorway, standing in the house, and they are landing at this point. They are landing to come into this house to get this young kid. I think he's about 6 years old in the movie, so 6 or 7 years old. So mom is terrified, things like that. So needless to say, but there's something happening. This is her second encounter with them, so she starts to get a clearer image again. The aliens want to come here in peace, but one of the things we have to realize about Earth is that a lot of signals are leaving Earth at, radio speed, things like that. If an alien civilization hears it, it's going to hear all kind of things. One of the things it's going to hear is music. Are constantly playing a certain tonal theme again. And when you go see the movie, as soon as you hear the tonal theme, you're like, oh yeah, I've heard that, But anyway, it's kind of programmed into our fabric at this point. So let me stop screen sharing there. I won't give away everything, but anyway, young lad, he ends up being abducted. Mom starts going crazy. Another thing gets dropped back in the middle of the desert. See if I got a picture of the ship here. I don't think I do. Needless to say, in India, a boat gets dropped in the middle of the desert. Okay, I'm gonna pull this up. This is a very powerful scene too. This is when Spielberg realized real imagery was, as far as he needed to make a certain kind of impression. Powerful scene. This is a real boat, by the way, that has disappeared. They never found this boat. Once you all see it, you're gonna be like, oh, okay, yeah. So this screen should pull up here. Just waiting for this to pull up. Because again, remember the planes got found in the Mojave Desert. Okay. This boat, this is not CGI, folks. They actually built this boat out in the middle of the desert for this movie. Yeah, the kid is 6 years old, I believe, 6 or 7. So, but this boat is important. You can see the name of the boat appears, the Cotopaxi. You can look this up. You can Google this. This is urban legend. This is what the PORCHLyte's about. Urban legend, this boat disappeared somewhere around the Bermuda Triangle, I believe. So again, it shows up. Crew is missing. Boat crew is missing. And it showed up in fully intact. This is part of the movie. You can see the 2 helicopters here. This is part of the United Nations, which is a cover-up for the contact team. There is a team trying to make contact with. They know they're extraterrestrial. They know they're trying to contact humanity, but they just don't know how to talk to each other. So you can go downtown, and you can hear people talking all kind of crazy languages. So needless to say, let me go ahead and stop screen sharing that. So now we're moving into like what I would call the second half of the movie. Now, one of the images that they got, image up that they're getting in their heads. So as you can see, because Roy starts having an emotional breakdown because of what he saw. He's been given a very special gift, and you'll see later on what it is here. And grab this screen. As the movie progresses, again, the people that have actually had encounters with them are starting to have some type of emotional breakdown. Of course, you can imagine a young lady. She is having an emotional breakdown. So they all get images of this. It's in the background here. Hopefully, this will pull up on the screen. Should be. Okay, thing he's been. Now, this is actual, again, this is an authentic site. This is Devil's Tower. Okay. This image has been put in his head. This thing here, an image of this is in his head. He doesn't understand why, until you can see here he's putting it together and things like that. And you can see, look at this TV, folks. I mean, this is how far we've progressed. This is a pretty decent sized TV for the 70s. Look at that. I mean, that's pathetic. I mean, this is terrible. I mean, look at how we had to grow up. You know, not good. I'm sure you all going to get laugh on this one. So y'all going to laugh at me because this is the kind of TV that I had. So, so it was a straight remaster of the classic. Yes, it was very, you know, what the hell is this stream? We're going over the Close Encounters of the Third Kind movie review here, Almighty Spartan God. So I appreciate everybody being here. There's 8 of you all here. This is a good one. So I'm having fun. Remember, the PORCHLyte podcast is not always about gaming. It will be, but movie, because I truly believe you guys need to go see this movie. So, and then I can do a big UFO podcast because a lot of the UFO urban legend stems out of this movie. They feel like they've been contacted on a level, but a metaphysical level, dimensional. So he is building things like this in his house. So is this little boy's mom who got kidnapped. Okay. So where does this all start ending up? Well, let me pull up some more images. They end up both getting in the car and start driving across country, and they get into a raggedy ass car. It's like I forgot what it was called, a station wagon. My God, we're going back. It's ridiculous. Oh my goodness, J-Dub is silly. He just tweeted me. So shout out to J-Dub. I'm glad he still hasn't lost his sense of humor. So anyway, they get in and they start driving, and they end up in Wyoming. They find Devil's Tower. Now that they're at Devil's Tower, and here's a picture. Remember what Roy was in his living room. So let me go grab this so you all can just kind of see what Devil's Tower looks like. Screen share. I appreciate you guys being here. I didn't think anybody wanted to do this. So here we go. I appreciate you all sharing this with me. Thank you all for doing it. So, but here's an imagery. Here's an image of Devil's Tower. This is what it looks like. And of course, you all probably have figured out by now, if I've done a good job explaining, the people that have come into contact with these extraterrestrials have been given a subliminal message to come to this point, to come here. This is where they're going to land. Okay. If you haven't figured that out yet, this is where they're coming. Okay. But they can't get here till after dusk. They cannot be seen till after dusk. I mean, that's part of the movie lore. So you all, so when you go see the movie, you'll hear them say sunset. So, and, but this is Devil's Tower. This is where they're headed. This is in Wyoming. This is real. This is not something that was CGI. Remember, this is 1970. CGI wasn't really invented yet. Everything was mechanical. Three of them, just to give you a sense of scale. And I don't know if I've got that image ready to go for you. Now I feel like a schlemiel. Okay, let me pull this image up. So come on up here, come on up, and here we go. Now we're looking at actually here. Up a little bit, but this is Roy here. Is the young lady whose son was abducted. We saw the pictures of that. So, and this is the third guy. He decided to try to go with him, but they had to scale this, and they had to scale it to this point over here where my little mouse is at. This part right here. They had to climb there. Now, in the meantime, the army is looking for them because they've gone. 11 people left, and only at the landing zone. So they know that they're out in the wilderness. And hopefully this pulls itself up. That's still a good TV. I don't know how good that TV is. I don't know why that's not screen sharing at this point. It's on my screen. It hasn't popped up here yet. This is just for scale, okay? So needless to say, Needless to say, they make it over to the side of the mountain. They don't make it by very much, but of course, this movie, they're going to Hollywood it up, things like that. So, doing that. I don't know what happened, guys, honestly. It's just like it stopped screen sharing. So, but let me try to pull up another scene. This is after they arrive. The ships that were on the road. And let's see here what's going to pop up. If anything, I don't know what's happened. Damn it. Damn, I don't know why in the world this is. You go to stop sharing. Let me try to load it one more time, guys. I was getting to the end, damn it. Right when it was getting good. Oh, you know what? I think I know what happened. Not okay, hold on. Let me go here. Present to everyone. Yeah, I thought I was doing that. Why is this not working now? Share. I don't know why this isn't working. Now I feel like a schlemiel again. Okay, it's not working. But anyway, yes, it never failed. Yeah. So anyway, I don't know why this isn't working. So I do apologize. I don't know what I did wrong. So, and says it's sharing, but it's not sharing. So, but anyway, needless to say, they get the Devil's Tower. They make contact. Ship comes over the hill, which everybody has seen. Man, I wish this would work right. So, and it's not working right. But the famous image from the movie. Well, actually, there's three. Actually, let me see if I'm gonna even see if this works. So, here, we'll try this one. I don't know why this isn't screen sharing, guys. I do apologize. Ugh! But if you all can't see the screen, I do apologize. That sucks. So I'm not even signed into that. So stop. Let me go over here. Yeah. There's that. I'm going to try one more time to share this. And if it fails, it fails. Oh, I do appreciate I did get the tweet from earlier about the TV. About some of the stuff on the computer. And everybody was right. The parts were cheaper. And it wouldn't do things in ultra settings, but it would do things in high settings. But it was like a 1060 or something like that kind of graphics card. So shout out to him for doing that. I do appreciate it. Yeah, I do not know why this is not working anymore. Type of TV you can fix with anything from the house. Yeah, pretty much. But guys, I do not know why this screen sharing is not working anymore. It was like imperative for my podcast tonight. So it is disappointing, but it's not working. But nevertheless, you can get they come down. They make contact. Beautiful imagery. I don't know why it's not working, but beautiful imagery. Aliens coming off the ship, very small grays coming off the ship, and they take Roy up on the ship. Is what happened with Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Now, why did they take Roy? They took Roy because he was the only one there that had gotten their subliminal message. That, in a nutshell, is Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Now, it was one of my, if not my favorite movies, one of my favorite movies. And I do recommend, I do suggest, I hope you guys tomorrow go watch this movie. It is so much fun to watch. It's enjoyable. Just kick back, get yourself a tub of popcorn, get yourself a soda, and then this movie. So to this day, why the hell this did not screen share correctly? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they saw me doing it and they shut me down. maybe it's the Xbox community shutting me down. So, but nevertheless, it made about $100,000 out of the limited release, and I'm gonna probably go back and see it again tomorrow. I mean, what the hell? So, and but what have you got? Did you all have a good day? Did anybody hear us on the gaming podcast? Shout out to Foxy Gaming for that. So that was fun. Hopefully everybody enjoyed that. Let me just try something here real fast. I do not know why the screen sharing is not pulling up. So yeah, I just don't know. I don't know what happened. All right. But yeah, but that one was about it. I know this was a PORCHLyte podcast. Well, it was an okay. All right, now see, now it's pulling up. So let me try this one more time, okay? I want you all to see the images. There's 3 images I want you all to see because they are extremely powerful images. So we're going to go see. You all may not have seen that image right there. Let's go to more images. And we're going to pull up this infamous image of, I'm sure you all have seen this. I actually have a poster of this. So let's see here. That's what I've used so far. Try to use and see what happens. See if that pulls up. Screen over here. All right, well, now it's working. So you'll see the image that I pulled up right here. I need to upgrade that monitor. Yeah, I do need to do something. So, all right, this image right here is a great image. You can remember the ships that were on the side of the road that they flew over them. Here they are in a nutshell. This is what flew over their heads. This is a good scene. As you can see, middle of the desert, pitch black, dark, runway here because they didn't know what was going to be landing. But this is one of my favorite scenes of the movie. You can see the halo right here, no pun intended, around their craft. I mean, again, they thought of everything in this movie. You guys have really got to go try to check this out. Another very powerful screen here. Let me stop that right there. And go back to another extremely powerful scene. I got 2 more very powerful scenes, and then we'll let you go. We'll get back to gaming. This one here, let me pull this up here. So let me share this one right here because this is extremely powerful. But you got to imagine this is now in 4K with this lighting textures and things like that. So check this image out. This is extremely powerful. This craft is coming over the mountain for contact. Let me go back over here, see if it pulled itself up. Let's see. Okay, yeah, wow, it's actually working now. Okay, I'm looking at it. All right, this is one of my favorite scenes in Hollywood history. Spielberg is always good imagery. He's fantastic with it, I think. Spielberg, of course, did he did E.T., did Raiders of the Lost Ark. This is the equivalent of the scene of the. This scene is extremely well done. As you can see here, here's Devil's Tower, of course. Here's the landing thing that they were at, and here's the mothership coming down. So, needless to say, the mothership comes down, it lands. Again, this is extremely powerful scene. I mean, this is damn near earth-shaking type shit. So, especially in the new theaters and things like that, your whole thing is moving. Ship lands. I'll give you another image of what came out here. There we go. Again, this is another great scene. Let me share this scene here. Close encounter of a third kind right here. Let's pull this up. Tremendous imagery here. This is a very powerful scene in the movie. You guys got to see it. It's really good. But this is one of my favorite scenes out of this movie. Climbing out of the ship. So TV abuse, yeah. Y'all are still mocking that TV that you saw, didn't you? So with this, I'm not hurting the TV. So, but yeah, this is another powerful scene here. This is when I was telling you where they let's see, let me stop screen sharing this. And let me go back to that screen imagery. And let's see if I can find the one that I really want you to see. Because I saw it. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Extremely powerful scene here. Let me share this as well. This scene here. This is kind of a climactic scene of what happens. As you can see here are the humans right here standing. Here they are as they carry him up to the ship. He's walking, but this is an extremely powerful scene. Again, you need to understand at the end of this movie, for the last, I want to say 16 minutes, no words are spoken. None at all. It's all imagery. And Spielberg, again, is able to tell the story just by images. And very powerful. He's my favorite film director. You know, him and Spike Lee. Very, very. Ryan Coogler's up there too. But as far as imagery, you can't fuck with Spielberg. But yeah, this is one of my. Yeah, without using, man, y'all are tripping over that old TV. I know. But yeah, but that one was it, guys. I can simply tell you that this is a really good movie. It is fun to watch. It's a good date movie. If you just want to get away for a couple hours tomorrow, go check this movie out if it's in your area. Fun to watch. Just a good old-fashioned time. A good time for all. So, but guys, I mean, if there are any questions about the movie, let me know. If not, I can go ahead and wrap it up. This has been my review. As you can tell, I love this movie. I highly recommend it. You won't miss a beat. It's way better than Alien Covenant. Alien Covenant made my back hurt. It was so bad. And but you will like this movie if you're into cerebral drama type movies. Another movie that's like it that's out now is called it's called Arrival. You know, it's called Arrival. So just so you guys know. So use tinfoil. All right, I like it. So y'all love that broken TV, didn't you? So you'll like this movie then, because you can just go and laugh at some of the old stuff that we used to have when we were kids, from xylophones to recorders and things like that. Y'all have a good time. But guys, I mean, that is it. I highly recommend this movie. This is you know, this is a 4 out of 4 for me, or 5 out of 5 if you want to call it that. Good acting, very cerebral. John Williams, the same guy that scores Star Wars and Jaws, scores this movie. Fun movie for all. But all right, guys, that was it for this PORCHLyte podcast. I'm gonna get back to playing Madden in 4K on my PS4. But guys, again, enjoyed you all being here. Thanks for coming. J-Dog, I saw you out there in the chat, so I do appreciate you coming. And I'm glad you guys were able to check out the couch today. Check it out if you didn't get to listen to it. I was able to get on there, J-Dub, Gamer Lives Matter, along with Fox. And good time. I thought we had some good subjects. It's pretty cool. I mean, we've got every system that you could want, so except the Switch. I was the only one who didn't have a Switch. So. But I'm looking to get one here, but I got to get this PC done. So the movie is good, 4 out of 4. Yes, even Trey agrees. And Trey, you know how Trey is. So now I appreciate that, Trey. Great. Again, good movie. I think it's great. It's arguably my favorite movie. It's moved into that spot. I know. I saw somebody say something about Interstellar, where Interstellar got some physics correct. Matter of fact, all the physics of Interstellar was correct. There were some things I thought were hokey. What's going on, Mr. Rocky? Was about to close up shop here. So, but I strongly suggest you guys try to go see this tomorrow. Like I said, it's Labor Day. If you don't have to work, go ahead and check this movie out. It is worth the money. Put my rep on that. You will like this movie. I think it's only playing for the weekend. I think. Don't quote me on that. So try to go check this out tomorrow if you all didn't go. I would have went and saw it again this afternoon, but I did the podcast. So, but I'm gonna go check it out tomorrow, and then that is it, guys. Like I said, the porch light is going on, and Mom has turned the light on, and it's time for the kid to go home and go in. So you all, thanks for joining me. Thanks for hanging out with me and rocking with me on this one. Off subject, but I do like this kind of stuff. So I'm going to do another big UFO show coming up in probably, I don't know when, honestly. Maybe Saturday. Yeah, check me out on Saturday. I'll do another PORCHLyte podcast. It'll be Craig's big UFO show too. So everybody get caught up because we are going to talk about Project Serpo. I strongly suggest you all look into that. And, because I'm going to be talking about that. And I'm going to try to bring on a guest. So I'm waiting to hear back from him. So told him not to be afraid. Nobody make fun of him. So, but that's it, guys. I do appreciate you all being here. This is Craig Harris getting ready to, I guess, stay up and play a little more Madden. So remember, guys, if you go out tonight, wear white. Peace out.